Right. What's happening, everybody? Today's episode, actually, it's probably going to be for about a week and a half here. It looks like we're going to document this trip to Newfoundland, Canada. Stick around.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, still horses side.
What's happening, everybody? It's Monday, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Got loaded this morning. Now, I don't know why I'm yelling. I got my microphone on. Man, I gotta quit doing that. Anyways, I mentioned in the last segment that picking up in South Carolina, going up to Newfoundland, Canada. This particular customer is very specific about social media, YouTube, any of the, they don't want the pickups of the deliveries or the freight being filmed. So this is going to be a little bit tricky for me on how to get some film and some footage, of some good footage of what we're doing and where we're going and the shenanigans that are happening here. It's going to be a little difficult for me, but I'm gonna do my best, and I'm going to try to get it done to where we can hide the freight and whatnot. And I don't blame them. They got great reason for it, and I'm not arguing it. I definitely don't want to compromise a relationship with a customer, so we're not going to do that. But I am going to do my best to document this trip as best I can without showing. There's 3 of us going. That is the tricky part here. I'm not leading the pack. There's one guy that's already been up there, and he knows where he's going, so we're going to follow him. But it's going to be a little bit tricky for me to get footage, but I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to see what I can do. This trip from Newfoundland, it's about 2,030 miles total. This is something I don't normally do. I'm sort of outside of my comfort zone here. Number one, I don't normally go to Canada, so I'm looking forward to seeing that process and learning how it's done, and possibly being able to do it more in the future. Canadian freight seems to pay pretty good, so it wouldn't break my heart to start hauling loads up there once I figure this out. Also, some interesting things that are going to happen here during this trip. Getting across the border, we'll see how that goes. I don't think it's going to be any big deal. This guy that is sending us up there, he's done it a bunch of times, knows what to do with the paperwork, so I don't think that's going to be a big deal at all. Be interesting to see. Also, there's a ferry involved at one point. We have to cross a ferry in order to get over to where we need to be, so that's going to be pretty cool. I've only done that one other time, so that's pretty neat. We're going to get that done, and then from what I understand, there's about 8 hours of this trip where there is 0 cell phone service. Nothing. Like, no chance of having a cell phone. So we've prepared for that with, as you can imagine, things that you might want to think about when you're going to run into a stretch like this where you got 8 hours where you have no way to communicate with anybody. You need to think about your tires. You need to think about your maintenance on your truck, because that's one thing we did here. I had my shop mount up a drive tire, a steer tire, and 2 of my trailer tires, threw them on the deck of and we're carrying what we need to change tires on the road, because man, we get in that 8-hour stretch, we blow a tire, we're on our own. Like there's nobody coming to help, so we got to get this done ourselves, and so we're prepared for that. That's something you got to think about. It was very interesting planning this trip. Great people to work with, very knowledgeable. Chris Connor he's an ace driver. He's the one that is leading the pack here. He's very knowledgeable. He's been up here a few times. He's got this stuff figured out, so it's pretty good. Myself and Mr. Midget, Daniel Midget, buddy of mine, he's also running this route with us, so you're going to see him, and I'm sure you'll see some shots of Chris along the way. So the other part of this is, once we get through the 8-hour stretch, apparently the last 100 miles of this trip has no road, so it's going to be dirt and gravel for about 100 miles, so it should be super interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I also like the fact that this agent is a great agent for the company, and it's good to finally pull a load for him, and hopefully he'll I'll perform the way I should, and he will remember my name when it comes time. He's got some great paying freight. He's a good guy. He's very easy to work with, so looking forward to that, and stick around. Some footage is coming your way.
Do you want me to call all these bridges, or just anything I hit?
No, I'm only worried about the ones you're worried about, so you don't need to call them all if you miss them.
Okay.
Save your words.
Well, this was 18, so you're okay. Up there on them 2 lanes in New York. Yeah. I haven't seen your New York permit yet. I'll get the rest of them for you tonight. It's not that bad. It's 81 to 11, and then up a couple 2 lanes and back to 11. Okay. Survey is the one that's escorting me. Oh, okay. So you trust them? I ain't saying I trust them, but if they screw it up, they're the ones that did the survey. Yeah, okay. As long as it ain't a guy named Philip Hinkle.